This is part 3 of Brown People Hate. Let's continue with the Alamo propaganda. So you can argue Nixon and Ronald Reagan were white men who believed they did the right thing for a white man's world. That's fair. This man's a straight finesser, and you gotta love it, son. He's a businessman. His day-to-day job before he was a president was to be a businessman, was to finesse people and get what he wants by telling them what they want. Let me do a little background on him. He first wiggled his way to scam his audience by starting his presidency by questioning the authenticity of Obama, the previous president. That's what he went on with his campaign first. However, that was a scam because his grandpa was a sergeant of the United States, something easily someone that's a millionaire can have easy access to. But his plan wasn't for facts. It was to control people, manipulate, if you will. Don't get me wrong, this man was racist. He advocated the death penalty for a group of civil rights kids for the Central Park 5 in 1991. Says he doesn't like black guys touching his money, but he likes Jewish people. He's a racist. However, he is not a broke racist. He has said stuff like he doesn't regret saying Mexicans bring rapists. That might be factual, except for he doesn't care about Mexicans. This man is a millionaire. He would rather have a Mexican work on his building than a white guy, black guy, or Indian, because it's cheaper labor. However, he wanted to tell people what they wanted to hear. Because first he targeted Obama and his documentation. Then when he realized he didn't get the black vote, because of that, bribed some shady churches, then put the blame on Mexicans. It was a rich racist targeting poor bigots. He makes $1 million deals with geniuses he's gonna finesse. And he focused on people's Alamo-itis, but did it completely like a businessman. First, the sizzle is better than the steak. Making a decided promise you can't keep, but people get invested. We're gonna have Mexico build a wall. Completely dumb. Would never work. Those drugs are flown in. America ourselves been using tunnels since the Contra crisis, and we ended up paying for it with military labor. Just for only 9 miles of the wall to be added. Or the Trump University. Just a scam on a different level. Great sizzle for a dumb steak. Never get too attached to a deal or ideal. Muslim ban to stop Muslim. Then it was a terrorist ban. What was the travel ban? It was in hopes to stop terror-prone regions. The scam was none of the regions ever committed a terrorist attack on America. It just sounds like scary Middle Eastern places. Don't get me wrong, our government's shady. Because a lot of what he did was unconstitutional. And they let it happen. But they let it happen on purpose. They benefited from it because of ICE. They gotta see the average American person's mindset and show the average American can be manipulated. Which of course we can. But to the extent this man showed is ridiculous. Like, son, is so weird. I think to black people it's gonna be a special time in history. The Alamo-itis was real. Like, this man was the reason you found out childhood friends were racist. Because they supported him. You gotta give it up to him for that. The way he did it was so obvious. Clear business strategy. Show the past as a prologue. Well, I'm gonna take it back to the good old days. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make America great again. Things that are clearly racist.